Okay, so I finished my little buildings, put some grays and some umbers in them, and then I took some raw umber and put a little bit of details in them, and they kind of are pushing back. And so next what we're going to do is work on this land right here. We're going to add texture to this embankment with raw umber. Now we want to make sure that we show that this land is curved, and we've already kind of got a few of those lines in there from our underpainting, and so we'll just kind of follow these shapes. And so we're going to do that, and then we're going to dry it, put on extender, and glaze some yellow deep and raw sienna to warm it. So let's start with, I think I'll start with my standard filbert, and I think I would like to put a little bit of extender on as well. Okay, so I'm going to load my brush, kind of side load it in raw umber, and let's see, I'm going to start over the end, and this can be just, you know, as you like it, just building in some contours. There's no real set way to do it. Nadine does include guidelines in her line drawing, but it is not necessarily carved in stone that you have to do it the same way. So I'm doing this side loaded so that we can have kind of ridges on some parts of these lines and not on other parts. And we just want to add, what we're doing is just adding texture to these rolling hills. This land is curved, so you want to be able to portray that. You come up and have some things heading downwards. Like this. Just, you know, this is an area where you can just have a little fun, I think. I think I'd like to emphasize the areas that kind of butt up against the buildings. But you can do this the way it pleases yourself. And then on down to the edge. And I think I'll take my mop and soften this area where it runs into the fence posts. Okay? But we see a definite shoreline there. And we can put some of this down in here in the fence post area, but you don't want to blur out. You don't want to take your fence post out. So if it's not transparent enough, then come back in here and lift it off the posts. like so. Okay, and then you can have some texture down in that area. So let's do some of that along this shoreline. And then I'll come back and pull it off of the fence post so that we have it behind the fence and not in front. Okay. When you get finished with this, just dry it. Also, right here where these gates are, you don't want to leave that too light, and you don't want to skip it. Okay. As a matter of fact, I see a pretty dark area right there where the fence posts are. So it wouldn't hurt to go in there and make that pretty dark already. Okay, and then I'm going to clean out my brush, and then I'm going to come back through and wipe that off of the fence posts so that it's just behind it instead of over top of it. Don't want to lose our blue that we put in there. Okay. Okay, now we're dry. And almost and I want to put some extender on, and then we're going to mix some yellow deep and some raw sienna to glaze over. So let's put on the extender. It's still a little warm, but it's getting, yeah, it's still a little warm. Let's give that a minute. Okay, and we'll start down here at the other edge so it's not as warm. Okay, and then I'm going to take a big brush again, and I'm going to put some yellow deep and some raw sienna, and mix that together. Okay, got a little more yellow than I got sienna. Okay, and I'm just going to wash that right over top of this area to warm it. Okay, and that did warm it up, but I want it warmer, so I'm going to put more of that on. So I'm going to come over here and mix it again. And I'm going to go back over it. Okay. Now that's very nice. It's very warm. I like that.